Hello and welcome to an episode of Trains Up, where today we are at Peterborough on the East Coast Main Line, where today we'll be seeing services by LNER, East Midlands Railway, Grand Central, Cross Country, LUMO, and with any luck some freight as well. There goes 801202 to London King's Cross, and that was 170,510. I believe that was going to Liverpool Lime Street, but I could be wrong. Lovely stuff. Oh wait, forgot 66739 Bluebell Railway. Okay, and now departing is 17638 with a service to Birmingham New Street. Okay, and now heading its way up towards Doncaster is 66739. This would come from Felixstowe. And then right there, coming down at breakneck speeds, is a whole trains Paragon going from Hull to London King's Cross. So 303. Okay, here we have an LNER Azuma that's coming in from Newcastle going to London King's Cross. Hey, 1201. Okay, and now approaching is an LNER Azuma service that is going from London King's Cross to Edinburgh. (801 222). Okay, now getting ready to go will be the LNER LUMO service from London King's Cross to Edinburgh. He's also struck a pigeon at one point as well. Lovely. Okay, now rolling in is 17621 with a cross-country service from Birmingham New Street to Stansted Airport. Lovely. Okay, and about to thunder through will be a LUMO service going to London King's Cross. $803,001, and down in the distance will be a LNER 225 set, I believe going from London King's Cross to Leeds, but we will confirm that on its departure. I love myself a 91. 91 130. Okay, and now getting ready to depart will be 91 130 with its service from London King's Cross to Leeds. I love that sound. Lord Mayor of Newcastle. $82 225 on the rear. It will be sad when these sets go. Okay, now coming in is 17532, that's coming from Lincoln Central, terminating here at Peterborough. Lovely. Now to partners 17203 from Norwich to Liverpool Lime Street, ex Greater Anglia. Always nice to see. Used to go on 203 a lot when it was at Greater Anglia. It's always good to see nonetheless. There goes an LNER Izuma from London King's Cross to somewhere. Catch me off guard. I did not get the number and I did not get the destination. Okay, now the partner is 17532 with East Midlands Railway service. Looks to be Lincoln Central on that display. Indeed it is. So I'll be off to Lincoln Central. I'm not bothering with real-time trains at the moment because there's signal failure somewhere, which is why that's about 50 minutes late, and everything's all over the place, so I'm not even bothering with real-time trains at the moment. So I might as well keep it rolling, as we have a LNER Izuma now coming down with a service to London King's Cross, as an Enviro 400 goes over the top there. A21 107. And if I pay your attention over here, cross country 170, but then there is 755 407, which will be forming the Greater Anglia service to Ipswich. And that cross country 170 is in the new livery and we'll catch that upon its departure. Thought I'd get the 755 while there's nothing blocking the way. Okay, now coming down is an LNER Izuma that will be going to London King's Cross from I do not know, because like I said in either the last clip or the clip before, I am not using real-time trains because everything's everywhere at the moment and I can't get caught up with everything. But apparently it's meant to pass through, but that tells me it's stopping. So this will be 801 215. Squeaky brake time. Everything is so delayed that trains have to stop here that are meant to be passing. This is a prime example of one, because this is meant to pass, not stop. And here we have 17117 departing to Birmingham New Street. I do like that new livery, I must admit. It's a shame I didn't see the 220 when I was down in Exeter. But that's only because I stayed for about an hour there instead of the 2 hours I was originally planning to do. But either way, still a nice livery nonetheless. And it works on the 170s. Okay, and now approaching is 17417 with a service from Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich. One of the ex-ScotRail examples. Nice. There's an LNER Azuma down there, but that was supposed to pass through, but the issue with that is the other one's just departed. So that'll be stuck down there for the time being. Okay, and now practically crawling our way in is the LNER Azuma from the previous clip. They'll be pulling into platform 3 and we wait until the signal goes yellow or green. HO1210. Signal has gone yellow, so it can now go through. Lovely stuff. Okay, here we have a heavy delayed LNER Azuma service to London King's Cross. 81219. Supposed to be in at 09:39 and it's 10 o'clock. Lovely stuff. Here we have 801-220. Don't know where he's off to, unfortunately, because I couldn't see on the displays. And there is another LNER Azuma going to London King's Cross. I can only tell you that they're coming to and from London, because as I said earlier in the video, I'm not using real-time trains because everything is everywhere. This is a dual up lot of 800 to 801s. So leading this pairing in will be 801-111. With 801-103. Lovely stuff. Okay, and now coming down is an LNER 225 set going to London King's Cross. 82-222. With, is that 91111? For the fallen 91111. Probably one of the best deliveries to be put onto a 91. And there's 700-118. That's coming from Horsham. Okay, now approaching is a LNER Zoomer going from London King's Cross. (801-214). Okay, now getting ready to depart will be 801-214 with an LNER service from London King's Cross, and I am about to find out where it's going to from the destination board on the side. Edinburgh Waverley. Then as that's going out, 158-806 here is also going out with the service from Norwich to Liverpool Lime Street. It's racing trains, as we also have a cross-country 170 now coming in as well. So this will be a delayed cross-country service to Stansted Airport from Birmingham New Street with 170-622. Pride of Leicester. Lovely stuff. Okay, and now snaking our way onto the mains is 221 or 143 with a Grand Central service to London King's Cross from Bradford Interchange, and there is the 66 from GBRF on the right there. I believe that will be going to London Gateway. If it's 66-315, then that will be going to London Gateway, which we'll find out shortly. Good to see. And down there is now hiding behind a bush. And now he decides to reappear. So I'll get that when it's closer up. Indeed it is 66-315, as I said from the previous clip. So this will be going to London Gateway from Peterborough Main Shed GBRF. Which also makes this one of the ex-German locos. I can tell by the horn box up top there, because it sticks out on the German locos, and then on the European ones built for the UK originally, they are flat. And down in the distance we have ourselves, if it wants to make an appearance, because I can see it, centre shot right behind that. You can see it. We will have ourselves, any moment now, an East Midlands Railway Turbo Star. That'll be going from Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich. And a Hull Trains Paragon going from Hull to London King's Cross. Nothing's behind me, we are all good. This will be a pairing of Hull Trains 802s. (802-305) leading, with 802-301 on the rear. So we do a spin around to find this isn't going to Norwich. This is a terminating one, 17515. So this would have come from Lincoln Central. And I'll be terminating here at Peterborough. Lovely stuff. 803.003 there, also catching me off guard with a LUMO service from Edinburgh to London King's Cross. Okay, now coming in is another LNER Azuma going to London King's Cross, this one being 801221. Missing its Azuma branding at the front. Lovely. Okay, here we have 158-862 with an East Midlands Railway service to Norwich. That would have come from Liverpool Lime Street. Still wearing its old East Midlands trained stagecoach branding. Always good to see. Okay, and now coming down will be an LNER Azuma going to London King's Cross. Sorry for the camera work there, I'm losing grip of my phone. (801-212). Lovely stuff. Okay, now it's departing for Lincoln Central will be 17515. As down in distance we looks like we'll have a special liveried class 66 coming down. I'll get that when that's closer. It's 801225 LNER catching me off guard. Here we have 801208 coming in with a service to London King's Cross. I honestly did not hear 801225 behind me, which is why I ended up pointing towards this 801 as I was focused more on this. So thanks LNER for sneaking up on me. Lovely stuff. Okay, here we have the Cemex Express 66780. Haven't seen this one since it had its lights done. That sounds healthy. Bloody hell. Anyways, 801-208 now departs with its service to London King's Cross. Lovely stuff. Catching me off guard was 802-303 there with the whole train service to Hull from London King's Cross. Now passing is 800-106. Woman service to London King's Cross. Right, so coming in here will be a LNER Zoomer. I have no idea where it's off to, but all I know it's coming from London King's Cross. Just heard tones behind me, so I'm keeping an eye out. So this will be 801-202. Going to Leeds. I'm not even going to bother pausing because down in the distance, actually I might pause, but anyway, down in the distance is a Grand Central Adelante. That'll be going to London King's Cross. Now I'll keep it rolling. Sorry for the camera work there, just making sure nothing's going to sneak up on me again. Always good to see these 180s. I know sometimes you may be going nowhere, but they're still good to see nonetheless. I want to say 180, 104. Whoa. 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 Anyways, 170, 104 now goes. That was an emergency brake and a half. Something's leaking out of it. Blimey. Okay. Anyways, 801-202 now departs with its service from London King's Cross to Leeds. That is the first time I've ever seen a 180 brake that hard. No, he's now moving again anyway. Well, this engine's not working at the back here on 180, 104. And there goes the LNER Zoomer. But yeah, that was not expected at all. I wasn't expecting it to slam its brakes like that. Blimey. Lovely stuff. Okay, now we have a pair of LNER Zoomers coming in, going to London King's Cross. $800 101. With 801 109. And we turn your attention down to here, where we find 66768 just parked up. Probably waiting to go into Peterborough main shed. 66768 is now on the move. Throwing sand down to help get it moving. Lovely stuff. Okay, we have another LNER Zoomer now coming in. No idea where this one's off to, but what I do know is that it's come from London King's Cross. This one is going to Leeds. Okay, here we have 17397 coming in, going to Stansted Airport from Birmingham New Street. Lovely stuff. Okay, now departing 158 780 with its East Midlands Railway service from Norwich to Lime Street, and that looks bloody clean. Shining and everything. Probably one of the cleanest 158s I've ever seen. And it's got the new coloured air dams as well at the bottom. Very nice. Okay, here we have another Grand Central Adelante, but hopefully this time this one won't slam its brakes like what the other one did. That's normal for 180 107. Thankfully this one should be stopping here. So it could be wrong and it might be passing. Lovely stuff. Okay, here we have an LNER Zoomer going to London King's Cross, 801 216. And if we turn around, we find a little 170 coming down the track. That will be terminating here at Peterborough from Lincoln Central. $175.10. Okay, here we have an LNER Zoomer going to London King's Cross. $800-209. It's not supposed to stop here, but because of delays and whatnot, there's a red signal which has now gone green, so it can now speed up. But normally, passing trains at the moment will be stopping because of the red signal, but it's now green for this one. Lovely stuff. Okay, and about to pass through will be an LNER Zoomer going to London King's Cross. $801-102. And there we have 700-111. Lovely stuff. Okay, and now coming in is 158773 in the EMR interim Pride livery, forming a service from Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich. Don't know why I wanted to say London King's Cross then, but you know, it is what it is. Glad to see this still around though it could do with a lick of paint. Lovely. Now departing for Lincoln Central is 175.10. Lovely stuff. Okay, now roaring away down is a LUMO 803 going from Edinburgh to London King's Cross. $803-004. Okay, now departing 17108 from Stansted Airport to Birmingham New Street. Lovely stuff. Okay, here we have some 66 going to London Gateway. $66-713. Forest City. Tell you what, there's a lot of these Mediterranean shipping co containers and all these brown ones on this consist of the odd blue ones and the odd orange ones. Lovely stuff. Okay, here we have an LNER zoomer now coming in. (801-108). Going to London King's Cross. There goes 801-107, catching me completely off guard. Here we have 170-106 coming in from Birmingham New Street to go to Stansted Airport. Lovely stuff. Here we have an LNER zoomer going from London King's Cross to somewhere mystical and magical. Didn't get the number on that one, I'm afraid. Okay, now coming in will be an LNER zoomer going to London King's Cross, which is a 37. So coming in here will be 801-206. We pay our attention over to here. From 37 down there. This will be going from Derby RTC Network Rail to Ely Reception. $37,512. Smells good. Okay, here we have 802-302 going to London King's Cross. Okay, now trundling in is 170-532 coming from Lincoln Central, terminating here at Peterborough. Hello, LNER zoomer. (801-227) going to London King's Cross. As an LNER zoomer has just gone by, here we have 172.01 now departing from Norwich to Liverpool Line Street. lovely. Okay, off to Felixstowe will be Freightliner 66522. That sounds healthy. Okay, here we have 800-102 going to London King's Cross. Here we have an LNER Azuma coming in from London King's Cross. Off to Edinburgh. Okay, now getting ready to depart will be 801-103 with a service from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. With 801-111 on the rear. Okay, now departing as 170-621 from Stansted Airport to Birmingham New Street. Making sure there's nothing behind me. Here we have the return of 175-12. No, this isn't return. Sorry. This is 175-12 going from Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich. If we do turn around, we do find an LNER Azuma currently sitting at a red signal. There is also another unit down there somewhere. And also now departing is 175-32 off to Lincoln Central. And 801-212 is now leaving to Bradford Foster Square. And also coming in now is 91-111. Forming a service from London King's Cross to Leeds. AO0180 going to London King's Cross. 180-108. standing and looking the part. Lovely. Catching me off guard there was 801219. Okay, now getting ready to depart to B91111 with its heavily delayed service to Leeds. Right, don't know where this is going, don't know where it's heading to. We got track machine there and 801221 here. That's off to Newcastle. Then you have 73120 there. No idea where it's come from, no idea where it's going, but nice to see nonetheless. Okay, now coming in is 82225 with 91130 from Leeds to London King's Cross. Here we have 170 coming in, 170 110 from Birmingham New Street to Stansted Airport. Okay, here we have a Maritime 66 going to Felixstowe 66090. Lovely. Okay, here we have 802.301 and 802.305 forming a Hull train service to Hull, of all places. Okay, here we see the return of 221143, which will be forming a Grand Central service to Bradford Interchange. There we have a Grand Central Adelante now coming down, going to London King's Cross. As 221143 now gets ready to depart. If I said 142, I meant 143. Lovely. Right, we've got 3 trains here. Firstly will be this LNER Azuma going to London King's Cross. Okay, 1217. Down in the distance you have a DB Cargo UK Class 66. Then behind us, I think it's a Freightliner 66. As you can see from the containers down there. Here we have 66520, that's come from London Gateway. This was the 66 I mentioned earlier. Here we have 803003, the LUMO service to Edinburgh, departing at the same time as 17417, bringing in service from Norwich to Liverpool Line Street. Okay, 66520 is now on the move. As coming in behind me is 171515 from Lincoln Central. Go on, son, give it some. Oh, that smells lovely. And that 66 down there will be our final train of the day when that comes up there. Nothing behind me. down will be another LNER zoomer going to London King's Cross. (801-213). And we have 801-208. And now getting ready to go will be 800-106 with an LNER zoomer service from London King's Cross to Inverness. Okay, and our final train of today will be 66011, bringing in a steam locomotive going to Autumnmere Railway from, I cannot remember. (6163 Tornado). Now she heads down here, and me as well, I shall call it a day. Thank you very much for watching, it's greatly appreciated. If you did enjoy today, feel free to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more, and I shall see you lot in the next video. Take care guys, goodbye. Ouch. That was loud.